Obsessed with sounds on the track.
Broadcasting live, 2K Sports presents the NBA. It's Monday night. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and a pair of Hall of Famers with us, Doris Burke and David Aldridge. This Boston crowd ready to roar in this Eastern Conference matchup for the Celtics. And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. DA?
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Brad Stevens is one of the youngest coaches in the league. At the same time, he's one of the longest tenured coaches in Celtics history. Kyrie Irving said he brings the ultimate unwavering confidence, chill but assertive. He demands excellence out of you. You want to play for him. Kevin?
All right, David. These teams always seem, Doris, to be in each other's way. And how different is the atmosphere in a rivalry game like this one?
Yeah, Kev, we sense it on the sideline, don't we?
We do, yes.
You know, a little bit of an air of dislike, a growing discontent that you're constantly in each other's way. Rivalries are built when teams consistently meet when there is something on the line. And that is what has happened with these two. And I'll tell you, we get to sit back and enjoy it, Kevin.
When you played, Doris, were those the most fun games for you as a player?
No doubt. No doubt you wanted to beat that team that was always standing in your way. So then in the summertime, you had a little bragging right.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So on the floor for Washington. Inside, we've got Morris and Howard. Beal and Porter make up the perimeter. And it's Wall in at the point. Pass to Howard. Inside. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist from Porter.
Just a really good finisher inside. Morris showing aggressiveness at the point of attack.
Outside, Tatum. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Here's Irving. Wall with some nice defense.
Affecting the shot in a big way there. Excellent defense.
Well, you talk about getting into the space of the shooter. This is how you defend the paint.
And where's the help? Obviously, a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Right, because otherwise you're going to give up those close-range opportunities all night. If you allow the opposition to get into a groove, look out.
And Bradley Beal earning that first All-Star nod in 2018, a top 20 scorer. He can hurt you from just about anywhere on the court.
Well, you love the unselfishness of Gordon Hayward in that instance. You think of him as a scorer, but he's a terrific setup guy as well.
Porter, and that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard.
A guy who converts well at the rim. You like to see the aggression there.
Really doesn't get any easier than that. The defense didn't look too interested in stopping him.
And it's sent back by Howard.
And he's led the league in block shots on multiple occasions, and Howard's still a presence down low.
Porter against Hayward. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Morris. And Tatum pulls it down.
Well, it looks like he's going to get the easy 2 points, but the defense recovers just in time to effect it.
Porter with a block.
Go, gadget arms for Porter, enabling him to stuff that one.
Here's Wall. Doesn't go that time. So the Celtics will take it the other way. Pass to Brown. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Bradley Beal picks one up.
How about the leap forward, guys, that Jaylen Brown took as a second-year player in the NBA? He improves across the board and becomes a mainstay of their rotation. And there's so much to like about his future, guys.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
The first free throw is good. Doris with Brown, you knew he had the athleticism, and now we're seeing the skill.
Right, because Jaylen Brown has great work ethic and is putting in the time to develop every facet of his game. This guy strikes you as a young man who's got a very bright future on and off the floor.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Horford. Marcus Morris comes in for Tatum. Smart's checked in for Gordon Hayward. And it's Rozier in for Irving. Now, here's Mahinmi. Rivers kicks to Sederansky. Over in the corner, Green. Over Morris. That one off the back iron and out. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. No one near Rozier as he lets it fly. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Green. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Brown outside. From 12 feet out, and no good. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Washington out in front. They're up by 2. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. The game is evolving, and Al Horford has changed his game along with it.
It never occurred to me that I'd be shooting threes at this rate and doing some of the things that I'm doing, but it's just the way that the game has evolved.
And give Horford credit. He adjusted with the times. He didn't stay set, Greg, in his ways.
Yeah, he was always a great mid-range shooter, and he's proven to be a legitimate threat from deep.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And what stands out to you from Washington in this one?
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
Well, the commitment is evident, and they are simply phenomenal at their aggression on the defensive end right now.
Smart and Brown outside on the wings. Morris is out there with Aaron Baines. And it's Rozier in at the point. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Now, here's Rozier. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. On the wing, Brown. Washington with the rebound.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the foul goes against Boston. And I'll tell you what, Doris, Thomas Sederansky, he's got some game.
He certainly does, Kevin. We're talking about a point guard with excellent size and vision. He's an efficient shooter with some big-time range. And Sederansky will be a little bit more assertive the more confident he gets. This guy is on his way up.
First free throw is good. And some changes here for the Celtics. Horford comes in for Aaron Baines. And Gordon Hayward is subbed in for Brown. Porter's checked in for the Wizards. Jody Meeks comes in for Rivers. He doesn't get the second one. And the good news for the Wizards last year, they had a number of guys who could stretch the floor.
Well, think about it, Kevin. They finished 4th in the league in accuracy from three-point range. Otto Porter shot an incredible 44%. And John Wall much improved. He and Bradley Beal 37%.
Al Horford with the rebound. The Celtics have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Rozier for 3. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
And they've had 2 completely different quarters. Field goal percentage just over 20 in the first, and they've shot themselves out of that slump and have the lead here in the second.
Now here's Porter. They kick it out to Green. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From 15 feet away, and he gets the jumper to drop. Green's got his second bucket of the night.
And a smooth jump shot from the veteran Green there. These are looks he nails consistent.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, last season started with that horrific injury to Gordon Hayward's leg. Now, it's been a long road back for him, but he took heart in the encouragement he received, not just from his family, but from so many well-wishers. He said, you realize how lucky you are to have people from all over supporting you. Guys?
David, I think everyone is rooting for his complete recovery. Thanks for that report. Here's Rozier after the basket by Washington. Hayward kicks to Horford. Unloads from 13. And the basket by Rozier. Rozier's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Crafty move. He recognizes the size disadvantage, and the mid-range is close enough.
I'll tell you, that's really clever because it's not easy to get that mid-range off over a guy who's got a size advantage. He made it look easy.
Hayward can't hit.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
And Meeks kicks to Porter. Green against Morris. Now here's Green. He's tightly guarded over Morris. And Boston with the rebound. Horford's got 5 rebounds tonight.
Well, he continues to have trouble with his shot, well below 50% from the field in this period.
Morris can't nail the jumper. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Celtics lead by 1. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Brad Stevens. Coach, what did you think of your team's energy in the first half?
I think the energy's fine. I thought we did look a little gassed at the end of that first stint for some of our starters, but I thought for the most part it was good.
Thanks very much, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks. Welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal at 2K Sports. Let's talk first half. Boston found themselves in a close game in the first. Some good moments from both teams, but as the first period wrapped up, they trailed by 2. They battled hard in the second quarter, and it was reflected on the scoreboard. Kenny, what's your take on Boston so far?
Well, so far, they've taken care of their business here at home. It's something you might expect, but it's not a given. We'll see if they can keep that up in the second half.
And over to Shaq, your take on the Wizards.
I love it. You know why I love it, Ernie? Because they're getting the ball inside and converting, not just sitting back behind the line shooting threes. See, that's kept the defense scrambling a little bit, unable to lock in on anything. Get it in, we'll kick it back out, then you shoot it.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side.
My brother.
Never a shortage of motion on Soldiers Field Road as we welcome you back to historic Boston. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Nice game. Great performance by Terry Rozier.
And night after night, man, it just becomes common to watch him rip through teams, and that's exactly what we saw there in the first half.
You know, Greg, I think the thing you admire is the incredible level of consistency. This guy is a fantastic player, but he also puts in a ton of energy. Absolutely tremendous.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Second half is underway, and here's who Scott Brooks has got on the floor. Wall and Beal pair together at the 1 and the 2. Inside, we've got Morris and Howard. And it's Porter in at the 3 slot. Here's Tatum, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And when you talk about someone being thrown into the fire, Tatum called on early by the Celtics his rookie year.
That's right. With the injury to Gordon Hayward, Jason Tatum was placed into a very prominent role. And how impressive was he with the poise and the polish throughout the year? Really incredible.
The first one falls. And when the Celtics traded out of the first overall pick in 2017, you know, many, Greg, thought they were settling for Jason Tatum for team needs. but he might be the best overall player in that draft.
Listen, the Celtics said they would have been fine taking Tatum first overall, and I believe him. I mean, Tatum looks like he could be a superstar very early in his career and does everything at a high level and is already a terrific shooter from deep. Plus, he just has a poise and an air about his game that speaks of superstar.
And Kevin, as you know, they did not have to guard John Wall from that distance when he first came in. Now, he's a problem.
Hayward kicks to Irving. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And so it's Wall. He brings it up for Washington. Morris outside. Launches it. And Horford pulls it down. Horford's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Hayward passes to Tatum. Fires for 3. Nailed from three-point land. Tatum's got the lead up to 3 now for the Celtics.
This, to me, is an area that Jason Tatum really worked on. That three-pointer now one of the most dangerous aspects of his game.
Beal against Tatum. That's tipped. Brown outside. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. Hayward's got 3 assists now in this one.
Well, to me, that's excellent timing from Jaylen Brown. He shoots with confidence, knowing his teammates trust him.
You know, everyone on the floor needs some level of playmaking skill, Doris. Who are your picks for bigs who can really share the ball? Good passers among the big men.
Yeah, one of my favorite players in the NBA to watch is Nikola Jokic because his vision, his desire to share the basketball, his ability to see not one action ahead, but sometimes 2 actions ahead is really remarkable for a man of his size. You look at somebody like Draymond Green, who is absolutely critical to the success of the Golden State Warriors on the offensive end of the floor. He can take it off the window, he can dribble it in transition, and in full speed make decisions going second by second that are really, really impressive.
Thread passes, do such a great job with the ball. I agree with you.
Yeah.
And the first one drops. And not too long ago, Doris, the Celtics put up the most shots in the league 2 years in a row, but last season they were 25th in that category.
Well, think about it, Kevin. They became a different type of team 1 year ago. There was more movement, more sharing of the basketball. They went deeper into the shot clock on almost every possession, and that made it harder for defenses to key in on any one individual.
And seeing Gordon Hayward out there, you have to be glad that he was able to recover the way he has from that devastating injury on opening night last season.
And I remember your call of the moment, Kevin. The whole NBA world just was shocked on that opening night. As bad as it looked, it seemed to be clean enough to where Hayward won't have any lasting issues with it. The rehab obviously wasn't easy, and I'm sure Hayward is just thankful that he's been able to come back completely from that injury.
Guys, think about the first time John Wall registered his first triple-double. Only 4 players in NBA history had registered it in fewer games than he did. Think about these names: Oscar Robertson, Connie Hawkins, Magic Johnson, and Hambone Williams. Incredible.
First one falls for him. And when you look at Wall, the speed, the length, the skill, Doris, this is a guy who can carry your team.
And we talk a lot about his physical attributes and how those translate to success, the blinding speed. It's the instincts to me and the competitive streak, though, guys, that makes John Wall very special.
Celtics making a switch here. Morris has checked in. John Wall, probably as pure a point guard as you're going to find in the NBA.
And go back to what his college coach told John Wall at the start of his NBA career. Your speed is lethal, and he has become a master at manipulating that speed and turning it into great shots for himself or great shots for his teammates. And what I appreciate perhaps more than anything else about John Wall, aside from his competitive streak, is his commitment to make himself a better shooter, because it's been integral to his success.
Baines inside, covered by Oubre. Offensive rebound. Tatum against Morris. Tatum drives in, and slam dunk by Tatum.
Well, the incredible explosiveness, no fear from Jason Tatum. Woo-hoo, lights out.
Wall with the bounce pass. Morris kicks to Rivers. Back to Morris. The Wizards working the ball around now. Here's Howard. Yep, that one goes in there.
And that's Howard's game. These interior looks that he puts in so easily.
Right side, Smart. The 15-footer, and no good that time.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
For Washington, they have split their free throws right down the middle so far. They're 2 for 2.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great. About 77% as a team.
2 shots.
And he makes the first.
And the defensive prowess of Howard is simply phenomenal. Not only a shot-blocking master, but his mere presence alone makes shooters incredibly nervous.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. And we've reached the end of the third. Celtics out in front, up by 4. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. And meanwhile, Coach Brad Stevens talking to his team.
Right now, right here. Stop, score, stop. One time, stop, score.
Well, he's clearly keeping it simple there with that message.
I mean, great communicating with his guys, especially when things get tight.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Jaylen Brown out there with Tatum. Then it's Kyrie Irving. Then there's Horford. And it's Rozier in at the point guard position. That's the Boston Five. Here's Tatum, following the basket by John Wall. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's on Dwight Howard.
What an interesting evolution for the Celtics last year at the point guard position. Of course, they trade Brooklyn's unprotected #1 pick for Kyrie Irving. Then Irving goes down, and you think, okay, they have to go into the playoffs without that veteran closer.
And that one falls for Tatum. One thing we know about the Kyrie injury, they discovered a potential star in guard Terry Rozier.
Well, I think the Celtics knew what they had in Terry Rozier. This is the guy many in the organization wanted to draft in that draft class. And I believe Terry Rozier is a starting point guard in the league, and he certainly proved just that.
Wizards trail by 4. Wall finds Porter. Now here's Howard. There's the pass to Morris. Shot clock at 2. That's good from Howard on the assist by Morris. And that's now 7 points for Howard.
And I tell you what, they're doing their best to cut down the lead with some smart offense here in the second half. Shot selection much improved since the break.
Now here is Horford. Knocks it loose. Tatum passes to Horford. No good there. Now Washington takes it the other way. And it's Wall in the corner. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. To the paint and finished off by Brown.
You love the leadership of Kyrie Irving from the lead guard position. Yes, he's looking to score, but he's adept at finding the open teammate.
Now here's Wall. Passes it to Beal. In the corner, it's Morris. Here's Wall. The rebound by the Celtics. Irving kicks to Tatum. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Now it's a 6-point Celtic lead.
This is one of Tatum's main strengths. He is a polished shooter who likes working in the mid-range.
Lobbed up there for Howard.
Well, he's been here before. Howard knows how to take charge when the team needs a bucket.
Now a timeout called by Boston. We've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Jason Tatum.
And his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
Gordon Hayward's checked in for Rozier. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, look, here's what Brad Stevens went over with his guys during the break. He told his team to keep looking for those perimeter shots. He said their defense is not respecting us, so let's keep shooting until they come out on us, guys.
All right, thank you, David.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
Well, certainly a disappointing result, but they'll live with the shot. They'll take that every time.
Boston leading by 4. 56 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and the basket is good.
Man, that is a good one. Kyrie really just comes alive when the game gets tight.
Washington calls timeout. They're trailing by 6. 51 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Wall finds Howard.
Yes! Tremendous play there. Howard giving them everything.
This may be their most important possession.
No doubt about it. As long as they don't make any major mistakes, this one's in the bag.
And now Porter pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Count it!
Now, that is cold-blooded.
What a shot. He had no fear. I love it.
They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
Now you see the wingspan and the timing by John Wall. What a defensive effort.
It's good.
It feels like that one could be the dagger. Not enough time to completely erase this deficit.
Well, Greg, it's going to be tough, that's for sure. A shot like that has to devastate the other team.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 4. 12 seconds left in the game. Guys, what's your take?
Well, this is what they're left with, needing a fast bucket, then a foul.
Well, it's desperation time, and you don't have a ton of time to play around with. They know it. Got to get to work.
Twelve seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And Howard with the stuff.
Yeah, and Superman taking flight for the lob finish.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
9 seconds left in the game. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Shooting for Boston, Kyrie Irving. They give the line shooting 2.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
What's incredible to me is Kyrie Irving at 6'3". Does he possess incredible eye-popping athleticism? No. But he can create his own shot anytime he wants, and his finishing ability is as good as it gets in the NBA. Well, that's going to do it. The only chance they had was for him to miss those. Instead, he's absolutely perfect. You love to see guys rise to the occasion, and Porter delivers with a big-time bucket.
And so Brad Stevens decides to call timeout. And so it's Boston scraping by with the win. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Kyrie. Nice win tonight. What was your thought process coming into the game?
I was just going out there trying to compete on every play, trying to play as much defense as possible. Just sticking to our game plan. We had a game plan going in, and we executed.
Got it done at both ends of the floor, Kyrie. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. See you later.
Let's meet the visiting team, the Chicago Bulls. At center, Wendell Carter. At point guard, Chris Dunn. At the other guard position, Zach Levine. At small forward, Jabari Parker. At the other forward position, coach of the visiting team is Fred Hoiberg. Let's meet your Memphis Grizzlies. Starting at shooting guard, at 6'6", number 24, Dylan Brooks. At the small forward position, at 6'9", number 1, Kyle Anderson. Starting at the other forward position, standing 6'11", number 13, Karen Jackson. Number 11, Mike Conley. Number 33, Mark Gasol. A head coach for your team. Once again, your Memphis Grizzlies.
Welcome and good evening. We welcome you to our Monday night broadcast of the NBA here on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here along with analysts Greg Anthony and Steve Smith. And we'll be hearing from DA along the sideline all game long. It's a Grizzlies home game. The fans around us amped up here in the FedEx Forum. Well, tonight, Smitty, some teams that are really struggling. Two teams looking for answers to their troubles. They hope they find them.
Yeah, Kevin, you're totally right. These two teams, when you see, they make adjustments, but when the adjustments don't work, then you start to change the lineup and the rotations and the play call and who's the number 1 option, who's the number 2 option. And then when all that fails, then you start to hear the fan base. They start to come out with those boos. And as an organization, you don't need those.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Taking a look at the Bulls. Parker and Markkanen, your small and power forwards. Dunn and Levine are the guard set. And it's Carter in at the center position.
That's a high percentage look for Marcus Saul. He loves to face up and knock it down.
Dunn kicks to Markkanen. That's tipped. Anderson with the ball. He's picked up by Parker. Anderson against Parker. Gasol passes to Conley. Offline with his three. And it's Parker with the ball, bringing it up for the Chicago Bulls. Kicks it out to Markkanen. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here.
And how about the reaction time on D there? Almost comes up with the pick.
You know, these are the little plays that can add up when you look over the course of a game.
6 to shoot. Levine inside the three-point line. Doesn't go that time. Now Memphis takes it the other way. And for years, the Memphis Grizzlies defined mid-level success in the NBA, but not last season.
Before last year, they made the playoffs 7 straight seasons. Never played in a championship, but always seemed a player or two short. Now they're finally rebuilding.
Down low. Gasol with the rebound.
Just great at getting after it defensively, forcing guys into tough shots.
Yeah, to be successful, you've got to protect the paint. He rises to that challenge.
Now here is Conley. Gasol finds Conley. Jacks up a three. Rebound by the Bulls. Levine deciding where to go with it. Markkanen from outside. Chicago working now with a new shot clock. Dunn up top. Guarded by Jackson. Parker outside. And again, no good by Chicago. Dunn against Conley. And stolen by Dunn. Drops in the breakaway layup. Dunn's got his first points of the night.
You have to be careful with the ball around Dunn. He'll pick it and send it back the other direction.
The pass to Gasol. Jackson. Great positioning on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Dunn outside. The shot by Carter. Nobody around. That misses, so no good on his first attempt of the night. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. That's his first foul.
Personal foul.
So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Jermichael Green, he's checked in for Gasol. Chandler Parsons comes in for Jackson. Caspi, he's checked in for Anderson. And Garrett Temple subbed in for Brooks. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Lopez, he's checked in for Carter. Bobby Portis comes in for Lauri Markkanen. Denzel Valentine, he's checked in for Parker. And Justin Holiday subbed in for Zach LaVine. And he gets the bucket.
And where's the help? Obviously a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Only the first quarter. Guys are getting in a groove, but communication on the defense has to be better.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. It's the Grizzlies up 4. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. One of the better two-way guards in the NBA, Mike Conley, said his inspiration growing up was none other than Gary Payton.
He was one of my favorite players growing up. I had Gary Payton jersey, had the shoes, everything. So when I looked at a player, I was like, you know, he plays on both ends. I want to be able to do that too.
And you know, Conley, maybe not the size of Payton, but Greg, he's always taken the challenge defensively.
And you can see how much of an influence the glove had on Conley. He plays a lot like him on that end.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. Guys, what's your take on the Grizzlies so far?
I mean, through one, you have to like the effort, especially on that defensive end.
There are several ways, as you know, to take control of a game. Getting stops is one of them.
So the Bulls 5 right now. Dunn and Holiday team up in the backcourt. Bobby Portis out there with Robin Lopez. And it's Valentine in at the 3. And so good for so long. Conley still with no all-star appearances, Steve. That's hard to believe.
It is. It's a shame. Lots of competition at that point guard spot. People recognize the ability, but he continues to lose the numbers game.
And Conley drops them both.
Mike Conley, the former 4th overall pick in 2011, he's such a steady hand at that point guard position.
Dunn against Green. Dunn kicks to Portis. Just 5 on the clock. Caspi gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
And here is Dunn. 6 on the shot clock. Ball's knocked loose. Here's Lopez.
Small stature, no matter. Conley competes at the defensive end on the floor.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, guys. Well, Marc Gasol is the more fiery of the Gasol brothers. Pau Gasol says, I sugarcoat things a little more than Marc. He's more emotional, more direct. And Marc said, when a mistake happens on defense, I know you're not concentrating. I don't allow that. He knows controlling his frustration is important. He says, I'm working on it. Guys?
Part of leadership, DA. Thank you. Lopez. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
That's good.
And Smitty, for players going from college to the pros, which skills tend to be most immediately transferable?
You know, I think the skills on offense, a lot of times those guys are able to drive the basketball and penetrate. Those are the guys that can transfer easily from college. I think it's hard shooting-wise, being able to shoot the 3-ball at the college level, because at the NBA level, the line is pushed back. And I think the one skill level that gives a lot of young guys a lot of it gives them a hard time is defensively. I think that's the one skill is not easily transferred to the NBA.
That's good from Lopez. And Robin Lopez, one of those dirty work type of big men, rebounding, defending, a lot of grit, setting screens. He does it all.
Yeah, unselfish. He does know his role. It just makes things easier for his teammates. Has his quirks, but has proven to be a great teammate.
And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. It's a 5-point game. Got a piece of it, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Conley. The Grizzlies making a switch here. Gasol's checked in. Chicago also making some changes. Parker comes in for Justin Holiday, and Zach LaVine subbed in for Dunn. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Clock at 6. A rebound by Rab.
That's just two tough competitors meeting right at the rim. Someone, in my opinion, had to lose.
Bulls trail by 5. Parker outside. Lopez left side. And the shot goes in. Lopez has got 5 points in the quarter. For Memphis, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Conley kicks to Gasol. That shot is off. So the Bulls will take it the other way. Outside, LaVine. There's a minute left in the first half of basketball. 5 to shoot. Here's the floater. And the layup is good.
Sometimes when LaVine doesn't want to challenge at the rim, he goes to the floater.
Pass to Temple. And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession.
Bulls ball.
And the Grizzlies with some changes. Jackson, he's checked in for Yvonne Rapp. Kyle Anderson comes in for Caspi. And Brooks subbed in for Garrett Temple. Carter, he's checked in for Chicago. Lowry Marketing comes in for Bobby Portis. LaVine kicks to Parker. Back to LaVine. Parker outside. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Kick out to Levine. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Outside Conley to stop the drought. And that one is off. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Grizzlies lead by 1. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Zach, a hard-fought first half. What changes have to be made to get a little separation?
They're making tough shots. We're trying to stick to our concept, so we got to come back, make plays, make shots, and, just stay solid.
Always a challenge for a young team. Thanks for your time, Zach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, it's good to have you back. You're watching the 2K Sports Halftime Show. This right here is Kenny the Jet Smith. This right here is Shaquille O'Neal. Me, I'm just Ernie. For the Grizzlies, the first quarter was pretty even. At the end of the period, they held a 4-point lead. They were outscored by just a bit in the second quarter as they go into the break now holding just a 1-point advantage. Kenny, what'd you think about the Grizzlies?
Well, so far, they've taken care of their business here at home. It's something you might expect, but it's not a given. We'll see if they can keep that up in the second half.
And Shaq, what'd you think about Chicago?
Well, they had a hard time scoring inside. In fact, their offense was run almost exclusively along the perimeter. A lot of jumpers. That's too predictable. You got to mix it up.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
Doesn't the Mississippi River look simply spectacular in the moonlight here tonight? Welcome back, everyone, to Memphis. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. We've seen Robin Lopez really having a great game.
I guess you could say his performance transcends the stat sheet.
Well, there are guys who worry about their numbers. He is not one of those guys, believe me.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Steve, last season, even with Robin Lopez playing 64 games, the Bulls were dead last in block shots.
Yeah, Robin averaged less than 1 block a game for the first time in 6 years. What's really sad about that, he still led the team.
Anderson at the small forward and Jackson at the 4. Conley out there with Brooks. And it's Gasol at the 5. And that's the group for J.B. Bickerstaff as we begin the second half. Dunn passes to Carter. Second shot opportunity. He lays it in. Carter's got his first points in this one.
Oh, easy putback. No one got a body on it.
And there's one thing you're trying to minimize. It's second chance opportunities. Poor defensive rebounding for them.
And Anderson gets it to go.
So much of Anderson's future value is tied to the improvement he makes with the three-point shot.
Marking in against Jackson. Parker kicks to Dunn. He dishes it to Carter. Can't hit that one. And the Grizzlies leading by 4. Brooks right side. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Jermichael Green, he's checked in for Gasol. And Chandler Parsons in for Jackson. And Chicago also making a switch. Holiday's checked in. Markkanen kicks to Parker. To the wing right side. Down low. Here's Carter. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
That's his first personal foul.
Last season, the Bulls only won 27 games, but they showed a lot of promise. Hoiberg finally had a roster that could play up-tempo offense, a free-flowing style. That's how he coached in college.
Rabs checked in for Memphis. Temple comes in for Michael Conley. Bobby Portis is checked in for Chicago.
One shot.
That's good from Carter. And we're talking about Hoiberg. He really looks to take advantage of a defense before it's set.
So true. He'll run someone off an early screen for a three-point look. Quick dribble handoffs, a lot of movement. He got last year's team to play unselfishly and play hard.
That one goes. Count it. And the Grizzlies lead by 3.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Outside Portis. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Steve, in today's game, it's so important to have a high-level talent who can make contested shots.
Yeah, it is. I mean, some of those guys are LeBron James and make shots with guys hanging all over them. Kevin Durant, because of his size. Kemba Walker, Damian Lillard. What I love right now is guys are comfortable to be able to shoot contested shots, not like we did back in the day. You would just move it and try to get a better shot.
And he knocks down the first one.
Well, you know this franchise, they preach fundamentals. The Grizzlies led the league in personal fouls last season. Just another example of where things went wrong.
Valentine's checked in for Jabari Parker. Carter hits them both. Well, I'm thinking about the Grizzlies, Smitty. It's going to be a challenge rebuilding this roster.
Yeah, cap space has been a challenge for the Grizzlies. Drafting well has been a challenge also. And, of course, you have the coaching carousel.
Parsons finds Temple. Carter pulls it in.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Inside. That's good from Holiday on the assist from Dunn. Holiday's got his first basket.
What I like is when Chris Dunn keeps his poise, keeps his eyes up, good things happen.
Floats one up. Carter with the block. Pulls up. High post. Again, Chicago.
They were so much better in the first half defensively, fighting over screens, quick rotation. We're seeing none of that right now.
Parsons dishes to Green. Parsons against Holiday. And here's Brooks from outside. And another miss by Memphis. Chicago leading by 3. Valentine kicks to Portis. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
That was physical D. But Bobby Portis is so strong, he finished through contact.
And we've reached the end of the third. It's the Bulls as they wrap up the third quarter with a 13-5 run. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Whatever the offense requires, that has to be your mindset. Always thinking team first.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Taking a look at the Bulls, Valentine and Markkanen, your small and power forwards. Dunn and Levine are the guard set, and it's Lopez in at the 5, roaming the paint. The Grizzlies trail by 5. Conley feeling it out. Kicks it to Jackson. And stolen by Dunn. And here we go. Levine, good. Levine's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for Chicago.
With Dunn, this is his focus. Keep the ball moving, keep everyone involved.
They get a hand on it. And Zach LaVine gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Carter, he's checked in for the Bulls. Parker comes in for Valentine.
First team foul. Coming on the floor for the Bulls. When down, Parker.
Gasol with it. They get a hand on it. 6 to shoot. And now in transition is Parker. Here we go. And there's a whistle. That goes on Dylan Brooks. That is his first foul of the game.
It's his first personal foul.
A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Carter, the pass to Parker. 5 to shoot. The high post shot, and it's off the back rim. No good. The Grizzlies trail by 7. Passes to Brooks. Memphis moving it around. Gasol, no good. Bulls have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Levine wide open. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And the foul on Wendell Carter. That's his first foul.
Personal foul.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
And when you take a look at that shot chart, the amount of misses lately, really unbelievable.
You start to wonder, in my opinion, is it better to take everything to the rack now or to try at least draw some fouls?
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard J.B. Bickerstaff talking with his team. He told them, now's when you turn it on. Leave them in the rearview mirror. I know we can put these guys away. We'll see if they can deliver.
Thanks so much, David. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Carter with the block. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. Jackson has the open look. No good on the quick three. And it's Parker with the ball, bringing it up for Chicago. To the paint. Carter, the pass to Dunn. Markkanen, and Jackson with the block.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Carter against Gasol. 5 on the clock. Conley's shot is off. Chicago leading by 7. Outside, Levine feeds it to Carter. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Carter's got 9 points now in just the second half. Memphis has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. That's tipped. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're ahead by 9. 1:06 left in the fourth quarter of this one. now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Wendell Carter.
And tell you what, he's worked very hard to get himself in good position throughout the course of this game. And that comes across in his shooting percentage. He's hit over half his shots from the field. And that's not because he got hot as much as it's because of the effort he put in to get himself open.
There must be something about playing in a hostile environment that drives him. He is really fed off that. Throw good, Levine.
Zach LaVine won back-to-back dunk contests in 2015 and 2016. The second one against Eric Gordon, an all-time classic.
The Grizzlies with another miss.
Can't convert, but a good opportunity from mid-range. He'll take that every time.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Bulls.
Their superior ball handling won it for them.
And fewer turnovers equals greater scoring opportunities. Any coach will tell you that. If you take care of the ball every possession, and this is a perfect example of what happens when you do.
A very solid win indeed. And when you check out the box score, there were some great numbers for Wendell Carter.
You know, he was flying around on both ends of the floor. Terrific energy and enthusiasm. And that rubbed off on his teammates. I thought he was a catalyst tonight.
And he comes up with the deuce.
And in as hostile an environment as you're going to see, they found ways to step up time and time again.
You know, playing away from home, it's easy to get out of sync. Instead, they focused and dominated.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Jabari, looks like you're getting back in stride, and you have certainly had adversity with the knee injuries the last few years. How have you been able to battle through them?
It's been tough, to tell you the truth, but you know, the race is not won to the swift, but the one to endure, so I'm trying to keep that motive.
You have certainly endured and thrived, Jabari. Thanks for your time. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. Now, for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA here on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
It's a Western Conference battle here at the Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles as the Lakers look to work home court advantage. Bringing you some fun on a Monday night, it's the NBA on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll be hearing from David Aldridge on the sideline. And both these teams, Brant, love to push the ball, push the pace. What are some things that all great fast break teams have in common?
The biggest thing, Kevin, is that you have committed runners on the wing. Point guards, their vision of the floor, their peripheral vision, they're always looking for guys. If they have guys committed to, once the ball is rebounded by their team, that their first two steps are hard and they're filling the lanes, then excitement and opportunities for highlights are coming.
Running with a purpose.
Running with a purpose, running ahead of the ball, and then attacking the rim with great consistency. Having great runners helps the fast break game.
Good point. And now the Golden State Warriors starters. Down low, it's Green and Cousins. Curry and Thompson are the 1 and the 2. And it's Durant in at the 3 spot.
Well, we've all seen it, the mobility, the wingspan of Durant. Seriously, how are you going to stop him on an alley-oop?
And that was an Unleash Chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play, sponsored by Under Armour Hover Habit. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Misses the three. For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Rondo kicks to Caldwell Pope. Shot clock at 6. That one's not going to go. Good D by Thompson. For the 3, he's now 1 for 2 with that bucket. The Warriors' Steve Kerr, the fastest coach in major American sports history to 250 wins. Brent, he gave all the credit to his players. But you talk about what makes him special.
Well, I think Steve just really timed it right in terms of when it was he was going to approach the next phase of his life, waiting for his children to be in a good place, waiting for him mentally to be in a spot where he was going to take over a talented team and put his imprint on it. His experience in Phoenix in the front office, teaching him about what it takes to move players around and make trades. Just a proper approach and the proper timing for Steve to take over a basketball club, and then to bring all of what he learned from Greg Popovich and Phil Jackson to the table, along with a lot of his own. And I think Steve thought long and hard and prepared himself on a lot of levels about what the job was going to be for him. We've seen that play out rather nicely in the last few years.
Here is Durant, following the basket by Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. High,
all the way shot to the rack. Durant uses that length and soft touch for the floater.
And it's James missing.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Green finds Curry. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got 3 assists now in this one.
That's a talented guy getting too easy a look. Might have been a miscommunication on that one.
Well, just the first quarter, everyone's still getting adjusted. That said, on defense, you have to bring help sooner.
Now here's LeBron, still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
We watch LeBron and we marvel at him, but how hard that LeBron James works at his craft and continues to push the bar for himself physically is one of the things that you have to appreciate the most.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. Different look here for the Warriors. That one misses. Here's McCaw. And not going to go. He misses the first attempt on the night. There's the pass to Kuzma. Offline from the top of the key. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Warriors ahead. They lead by 4. We'll take a quick break, then get you back to the action. Steph Curry talks about the visual drills he does to help his playmaking as he's made the transition from a point guard at Davidson to a combo guard in the NBA.
It's a cognitive and neurological drill that helps you, one, takes your mind off the basketball, because when you're in a game, that should be the last thing you're thinking about. There's so many other variables out there that you have to kind of survey, where your defender is, where your teammates are, where you are in relation to the basket and your reaction. So those lights kind of train you in that regard. You have to, see what the color is, make a determination of what move that corresponds to, execute the move, and then finish the jumper.
The improvement he's made, Greg, in his ball handling has really unlocked his game.
I mean, able to keep his head up as he attacks off the dribble, read the defense, and drills like that can only help.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. What do you guys think about the Warriors here so far?
I mean, through that first quarter, to me, it's all about their D.
There's a lot of ways to build a lead. This one's built on stops.
They've got Hart. Kyle Kuzma is out there with Beasley. Then there's Lonzo Ball. And it's Stevenson in at the small forward position. That's the group for the Lakers to start the second quarter. And you look at Andre Iguodala, the first ever player to win a Finals MVP without starting a single game in the regular season.
That tells you something about his unselfishness and, at the same time, his under-the-radar impact on winning. His willingness to accept that six-man role right from the beginning, I really feel helped set the tone in that Warriors locker room.
And so it's Iguodala. He'll bring it up for the Golden State Warriors. Livingston passes to McCaw. To the inside, Cousins. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Yeah, his body is a huge advantage for him, and Cousins uses it so well. First couple steps are pretty quick for a guy his size.
It's a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, of course, there's no shortage of storylines in Los Angeles. Now, last season, some people thought that Lakers coach Luke Walton had lost his players, and the front office seemed slow to come to his defense. Now, Walton was a high-profile hire from Golden State in 2016, and you wonder if the Lakers will remain committed to their young coach if they can't start winning more regularly. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. He's off on the first. Well, Greg, you knew that the Laker front office and Magic were going to do everything they could to bring in big-name free agents, and they succeeded. They got the biggest name of them all in LeBron.
LeBron coming to L.A. completely shifts the mindset of this organization. Team was very busy the rest of the free agent period as well. Still made very aggressive plays, as this is a team that is looking to win now.
Brent, we're seeing a number of superstars sign shorter contracts with early opt-outs. Why have we seen that trend?
Well, I think in some of those cases, the players are knowing that the opportunity for a larger cap in the successive years, they want the opportunity to maximize their earning potential. So seeing a Kevin Durant or a LeBron James sign a one-year deal or a 1+1, it gives them the opportunity to cash in a year later for the type of contract that they deserve, the maximum contract allowed.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Iguodala against Stevenson. Releases from 15, and it's Iguodala missing. Lakers trail by 3. Down low. Kuzma kicks the ball. The tray doesn't get it to drop for him. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. Out to the right wing. Here's McCaw, guarded by Kuzma. Back to Curry. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Stevenson right side. Curry against Ball. Pass to Kuzma. No good that time. And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. Warriors lead by 3. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Steve Kerr. Coach, what did the team do in that first half defensively?
Just competed. You know, we have a very good defensive team, and our guys are getting after it. I think we've been a lot better defensively than we have offensively, and some of that defense has led to some transition and some open shots.
Something your guys always fall back on. Thanks, Steve. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hi again, everyone. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Diesel and the Jet. Welcome to the Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Golden State found themselves in a close game in the first. At the end of the period, they held a 4-point lead. They didn't stop fighting in the second quarter as they maintained most of their first quarter lead and now lead by 3 at the break. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
I was surprised on how comfortable they seemed here on the road. The hostile crowd, that didn't bother them at all. And I want to see if they can keep that up in the second half.
Shaq, your take on the Lakers.
Well, to say their shots are not falling is an understatement. It's a miracle they're still in this game. They need to flip the switch big time in the second half, and that starts with more movement on offense. If you don't have a great look, find the open man, drive the ball, create an opportunity. Come on, basketball 101.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Lakers trail by 3.
Well, the success of the Warriors is truly built around their culture and their chemistry, and it really starts with Steph Curry. Even though a lot of people argue about Kevin Durant being their best player, their most important player has been Steph. Just a great, joyful approach to the game, and it rubs off on the entire organization.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, Durant and Green are the forwards. The tremendous pair of Curry and Clay in the backcourt. And it's Cousins in at the 5 spot. That's good from Durant. And that blend of joyfulness and competitive spirit, something that Steph Curry and his coach, Steve Kerr, Brent, they share that in common.
Yeah, think about just how humble they are, how gracious they are, how much they're willing to take the time on a daily basis to do things for others, not just themselves. So you have the Warriors with some key values in place that they don't stray from all that often. Such a big bonus to have a big guy that can step up to the free throw line and knock down shots. So many guys struggle from there.
Here's Ingram, and slam dunk by Ingram.
Love whenever Ingram rises for the jam, just flushing it home in the face of the opposition.
Now here's Curry. Outside Durant. Back to Curry. Takes a 3. The basket good off the assist from Durant. Curry's got 5 points so far.
Of course, Kevin Durant, one of the game's greatest scorers of all time, but his ability within this offense to make plays, elevating the team.
Up top, Curry. He's covered by Rondo. And then Durant with the jam.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. LeBron shot is off.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James.
And Kevin Durant, the ultimate get-out-of-jail card for your offense. With his height and shooting touch, get him the ball with the clock running down, and he can make something out of nothing.
And the Warriors making a change here. Livingston's checked in. Just 4 to shoot. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Thompson misses.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Ingram passes to Rondo, uses the glass to finish the layup. Rondo's got his first points of the game. You know, Greg, Kevin Durant could fit in any offense, but in your eyes, how good of a fit has he been in this Warriors attack?
Really like the missing puzzle piece. You know, I mean, his shot comes so much easier with the spacing he's afforded. At the same time, he's the fail-safe. When things break down, he can get his shot off against anyone.
Here's Rondo. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. James in the post, defended by Durant. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That's his first foul. And Los Angeles with some changes. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for JaVale McGee. Josh Hart comes in for Caldwell Pope. And Ball subbed in for Rajon Rondo. And the Warriors also making a change. Iguodala's checked in. Ingram. It's rebounded by Durant.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
And the shot goes in.
And it looks like they left their defensive effort back in the locker room, guys. They just haven't had the same commitment here defensively in the second half.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
Well, the Warriors returning to San Francisco next season after 48 years in Oakland. That new arena in Mission Bay getting finished up, polished up, fresh paint. It's looking good there. Hopefully it'll be just as rocking as Oracle Arena has been for this many years.
Lance Stevenson's checked in for Ingram. Jordan Bell's checked in for the Warriors. Patrick McCaw comes in for Sean Livingston. And Stevenson kicks to LeBron. Back to Ball. Pass to LeBron. Los Angeles with another miss. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Thompson. From deep. No good that time. Lakers trail by 10. Inside. Stevenson passes the ball. And the pass to James. Over Bell. And LeBron gets it to go with the assist by Ball.
Well, LeBron elevating there and a nice rhythm jump shot.
And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for the Golden State Warriors. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Stevenson and LeBron, the veteran forward pair. Hart is out there with Lonzo Ball. And it's Kuzma in at the 5, down low. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. The shot by Thompson, no good.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Jacks up a 3. Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut to just 5 on the basket from Hart.
Yeah, how about the vision there by Ball, showing the unselfishness, just being a willing passer.
Here's Thompson. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Just not his night so far, guys.
To the paint, James. Banked in off the glass.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
On the wing, Thompson. over Hart. Again, the miss by Thompson.
Yeah, another missed opportunity, and you can just see the frustration.
Yeah, when your shot's in the fridge like this, it's easy to lose your confidence, and that's why some of the most prolific scorers, they have short-term memories.
Now, here's ball. 4 on the shot clock. Bell with the block.
The timing by the athletic big man. Bell outstanding at getting up quickly for the rejection.
Curry with it. He's picked up by James. Well-placed alley-oop pass into the layup. And the Warriors lead by 5.
No hesitation at all on the alley-oop. Saw his teammate with a path to the hoop, and bang, lobbed it right up there for him to finish.
And he was ready for it when he elevated and made the catch. And the Lakers call time here.
Yeah, it looked like they tried to shoot their way out of the slump, and that didn't work. They got to go back and regroup.
Well, no matter how hard it's been, you want to stay positive, stay focused, and maybe a couple shots will get you right back in it.
Big group substitution here for the Lakers. JaVale McGee's checked in for Kyle Kuzma. Brandon Ingram comes in for Lance Stevenson. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for Josh Hart. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Lonzo Ball. Then for the Warriors, DeMarcus Cousins comes in for Bell. And it's Green in for Andre Iguodala. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Kevin, I listened in on what Luke Walton said to his team. He told them that they're getting it done in the paint. He said, they can't guard us inside, guys. Keep taking it to them. Pound it down low. See if they keep it up, Kevin.
Klay Thompson, no stranger to these situations, always willing to fire in the big moments.
Pass to LeBron, over Durant. That misses off the backboard. Warriors leading by 5. To the inside. And Green with the basket on the assist by Durant.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
To the middle. Here's James. The shot misses. Durant with some nice D. Curry against Rondo. Curry deciding where to go with it. Cousins on the follow. And the Warriors lead by 9.
I mean, one guy who's still dominating the inside, DeMarcus Cousins, a great rebounder and a great scorer. That time a second chance, cashing in.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. Now here's Green. Curry on the wing. He kicks to Thompson. Durant finds Cousins. McGee with the block.
And unfortunately, it's time for them to say night-night.
Well, you'd like to have a rewind button and get a couple plays back, but impossible at this point. Need better execution at times.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And that's an intentional foul.
That's his first personal foul. At the line for the Warriors, Stephen Curry. At the line for 2.
2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6.
Now, just a big defensive mistake there. I mean, it's like free points. You want to harass Steph. When he goes to the free throw line, we know it's pretty much automatic. Always one of the league's best free throw shooters. And those attempts right now at the charity stripe are helping them pull away.
Timeout called the Lakers. They trail by 7. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, what do you think?
Yeah, this has been rough all the way around. I mean, coming in with high hopes and then just now trying to finish the best they can.
And I think that's exactly what we're going to see. Fight all the way through, even to the bitter end.
chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Kevin Durant.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he has.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. Hart, no good.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Well, being aggressive is one thing, but aggression with control is another, and you need both elements working together.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
2 shots.
Good on the first, and that stretches their lead to 8.
Well, after nearly being out of the league, Livingston has found an incredible role, a true warrior.
And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. From deep three-point range, no good. So we see the Warriors get the win here. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Kevin, how did you guys get this win tonight?
Well, we had to get stops. You know, those guys, they got so many options, so many good players, man. We just had to rally around each other and get stops.
Yeah, you guys played your best ball at the end and got the win. Congratulations. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. We'll see you next time. Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Our broadcast team tonight, on one side, Greg Anthony. On the other side, Steve Smith. And on the sideline, David Aldridge. I'm Kevin Harlan. We've got the San Antonio Spurs facing the Dallas Mavericks. And it's going to be San Antonio off the tip. We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the floor for San Antonio, they've got Duncan driven out there with Tony Parker. Then it's Robinson, and it's Leonard in at the 3 slot. So the San Antonio Spurs able to put the first points up on the board. And it's out of bounds to the Mavericks as Dallas retains possession. On defense, San Antonio. Over to the left wing. Nowitzki outside. 6 on the shot clock. Hits it from three-point range. Nowitzki's got his first 3 points of the game.
And Nowitzki is one of the deadliest shooters of all time. Every time he lets it go from deep, you just get the feeling it's going in.
Now here's Leonard. Aguirre grabs the miss. Here's Harper. Lays it up off the glass.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
A lot of laziness going on out there. Still early in the game, but that needs to get worked out.
Aguirre against Leonard. Here's Robinson. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Robinson's got his second bucket.
The veteran eyes see all. Frenchie with the tremendous look to make that play happen.
Aguirre kicks to Harper. And the pass to Aguirre. Harper against Parker. Parker with the steal. And a fast break now for the Spurs.
Kawhi is carving up this defense. Love his awareness. He is finding the open man.
Outside Harper. Pass to Nowitzki. Back to Harper. Over Parker. Again, the Mavericks score.
Well, this gives you some confidence when you drop 3 straight to start the game.
And so it's Parker with it. He'll bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. They trail by 1. Leonard with no one around. Connects from three-point range.
What I like about Kawhi's shot, no matter the distance, always seems to be on balance.
Parker against Harper. Passes it to Aguirre. Shot clock at 6. Goes up on the wing, and finally drops after rolling around the rim. Harper's got 6.
carving out just enough space for mid-range. Good look.
Knocks it loose. Parker dishes to Gervin. A three from Leonard. It's rebounded by Donaldson.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Outside Harper. To the paint. And Donaldson gets it to go.
You love it when a big man has those soft hands. Rarely any problem converting that close to the rim.
They play the clock right, then go 2 for 1.
Just got to time it up right.
To the middle. Pass to Blackman. Kicks it out to Nowitzki. Aguirre passes to Donaldson. Three-pointer. Another three for Dallas.
And he's caught fire this quarter yet to miss a shot.
Parker outside. It's rebounded by Dallas. Outside Harper. Back to Nowitzki. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Mavericks lead by 5. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
So far, they've been active, scoring the basketball, built up a little lead here, and looking good.
The play calling has been perfect, backed up by beautiful execution. They've certainly captured the moment in that first quarter.
Mavericks leading by 5. On the court for San Antonio here in the second. We've got Johnson. Elliott is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. Then there's Ginobili. And it's Gilmore in at the 5, roaming the paint. Harper the pass to Donaldson. 5 to shoot. Aguirre passes to Donaldson. Just 5 to shoot. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Here's Harper, and it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Harper's got the first basket of the second quarter for the Mavs. Ginobili finds Aldridge. Johnson in the corner. Outside Aldridge. Elliott against Aguirre. Elliott misses.
Tough miss. He found some space inside the arc, but he could deliver.
Kicks it out to Nowitzki. Over Aldridge. That shot no good. And the Spurs going the other way now. Feeds it to Johnson. Now the pass to Elliott. No good with the triple.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Pass to Blackman. Here's Donaldson. Stolen. And the Spurs making a change here. And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. Spurs trail by 7. Moore passes to Gilmore. Here's Bowen, guarded by Jackson. Bowen's shot is off. Terry looking over the floor. Back to Chandler. Clock at 6. Passes it to Mashburn. From deep. Dallas again missing.
Yeah, and even with his range, that one might be asking a little too much.
Well, the truth is, he probably makes this shot a little more often than he should, so it's hard to resist.
Now here's Chandler, following the miss by LaMarcus Aldridge. Chandler kicks to Finley. Mashburn the pass to Chandler. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Duncan, he's checked in for San Antonio. Leonard comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. 1:09 left in the first half. Pass to Silas. Picked off in midair.
Right idea, wrong execution. They were looking to get a high percentage shot inside, but the pass was too late.
And it's Terry with the ball for Dallas. Only giving up 2 points this quarter, and Chandler throws it down.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Spurs trail by 7. And here's Moore outside. Buries it from three-point range. Moore's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And so it's Dallas with it. Terry kicks to Jackson. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in this second quarter of play. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Finley, and they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. The Spurs making a switch here. Spurs trail by 4. Parker up top. Terry covering. Nobody near Parker. And another basket for San Antonio.
The finals MVP back in 07, Parker's worked hard to maintain his conditioning so he can keep earning minutes.
On the wing, Jackson takes the 3, drills it from outside. Jackson's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. It's Dallas up by 5. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks. Welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal at 2K Sports. Let's talk first half. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. At the end of one, they were able to end up with a 5-point lead. The second quarter was dead even in terms of their scoring output from both teams, and they still find themselves in a good position at the half. And Kenny, what are your thoughts on how Dallas played?
Well, they're putting bodies on people. If you just look at the rebounding numbers, you can tell that they've been putting their body on and being more physical than the other team. Now, that fact looms large on both sides, and that's going to be the difference in the second half.
Shaq, what did you see from San Antonio?
Well, the low turnovers really stood out to me. They didn't get loose with it or make silly passes. Nothing was forced. They had a nice flow to the offense. Guys knew where to be on the floor. That's the heads-up style of play they need to bring in the second half.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side.
My brother.
The skyline of Dallas illuminating the night sky as we welcome you back to the Lone Star State. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. We've got Chandler. Terry is out there with Jackson. Then there's Finley, and it's Mashburn in at the 4. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. From deep three-point range, Finley can't get it to go. Spurs trail by 5. And Gervin kicks to Leonard. Another one falls for San Antonio. Whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg. This timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
It's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Mavericks leading by 3. And Nowitzki has it in the corner. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, it is the era of positionless basketball, but how exactly did we get here? Well, new defensive rules at the turn of the century encouraged face-up scoring, motion-based offense, and guard play over isolation and post-ups. As a result, offensive roles have become more interchangeable.
It has become a positionless game now. David, thank you very much. Leonard with the bucket.
Great play calling. The execution. 3 for 3 to start the half.
And so here is Dallas. Nash right side. Over Parker. And another basket for Dallas. San Antonio trailing here. Duncan outside. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. And here's Leonard from 3. It's rebounded by Dallas.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Pulls it from 20. Gets the front of the rim and out.
You know he would like to have that one back. A clear look from the mid-range.
Here's Nowitzki, and it's Dallas with another.
And because of his size, that's a difficult shot to contest.
But it's not just the size, it's the natural feel for the mid-range game. Not everyone has it. All about converting your opportunities. He just hit his second 3 of this half, 3rd of the night.
Parker against Nash. Inside. Stolen by Robinson. To the paint. Here's Gervin. Leonard trying to break free. Guys, we're not through 3 quarters of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, competitive, and I think we all can agree that we thought this would be the type of game that would come down to the end.
Nash against Parker. Nash, the pass to Nowitzki. Shot clock at 6. Over Duncan. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
A different look now for San Antonio. LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for Duncan. Elliott comes in for Leonard. And it's Ginobili in for Gervin. Here's Elliott, and a great assist by Aldridge as that one goes in.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Parker against Nash. Over Parker. And it's Nash missing. Now Ginobili. Here's Elliott. And oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
Yeah, now they are firing on all cylinders. That shot puts 3 more onto their lead as we head to the 4th.
And so it's the San Antonio Spurs with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're shooting the ball. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Yeah, it's one thing to find the guy. It's another to deliver the ball where he can do something with it. Wonderful play.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. On the court for San Antonio. Elliott is out there with Robinson. Then there's Ginobili. Then it's Johnson, and it's Gilmore in at the 5 spot. Now the pass to Jackson. From 13, he gets it in there. Jackson's got the first points up on the board here in the 4th for the Mavs.
Well, you see the excellent skill set, and this is when you want to make an impact.
You're totally right. 4th quarter, tight game. This is when the true ballers step up.
And it's Chandler top of the key. Back to Nash. Outside Jackson. The 3. That shot misses. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. Pass to Elliott. To the middle. Here's Johnson. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Yeah, and Johnson out there just orchestrating the offense. An unselfish point guard with a commanding presence.
Two shots.
And the first one drops. The Spurs making a switch here. Duncan's checked in. So Johnson hits two of them. Here's Nash. Outside Harper. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
Unbelievable basket. I mean, giving up a lot of height there, but he was not to be denied.
That's getting it done. He's turning it up a notch now that things are getting heated.
Mavericks trail by 4. Nowitzki kicks it over to Nash. It's Chandler high post. And a deep three from Nowitzki. That shot off. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. Here's Elliott. That's in, coming off the assist from Johnson. Elliott's got the lead up to 6 now for San Antonio.
Yeah, going to the floater right there. That was pretty.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
And some changes here for the Spurs. Kawhi Leonard, he's checked in for Elliott. Gervin comes in for Manu Ginobili. And Parker subbed in for Johnson. 1:52 left in the fourth quarter. Nash against Parker. Now here's Nash. Not a lot of room. Clock at 4. Stolen by Robinson. Gervin passes to Leonard. They get it back. And that one's good. Gervin. And the Spurs lead by 8.
A terrific offensive rebounder. Here he is doing it again.
Nowitzki, that's for 2. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
And Nash is an incredible passer. Seems like he has eyes in the back of his head sometimes. One of the best.
Duncan can't hit.
That was very tight defense. He tried to force the layup anyway. I think that was a questionable decision.
Nowitzki kicks to Harper. Goes up the baseline. 5 on the clock. For the 3. A rebound by the Spurs. Parker outside, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Steve Nash. That'll be his second foul of the game. And so it's San Antonio with it. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points.
Full speed ahead. I mean, they have been in control since the opening tip, and that may have sealed the deal.
Yes, and you're watching. Even this late in the game, they're still making plays. You got to love watching it.
He gives them a double-digit lead. And now it's a 10-point Spurs lead.
And the point differential just too difficult to overcome.
This is where it stings. You just want to keep competing, but deep down, you know it's just not your night.
The wing jumper off target. Parker with it. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And that'll do it, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.
Tonight, we'll be watching the Indiana Pacers playing against the Nets in Brooklyn. Looking at the Nets, one thing they've talked about, sustaining focus on the defensive end, allowing no easy shots, trying to be disruptive. maybe causing some turnovers that can lead to easy buckets in transition. And head coach Nate McMillan, tasked with spearheading the reinvention of this Pacers team. Shaq, what does he bring?
He knows how to develop young talent, as we saw in Portland, and he commands respect.
I agree. He's a bit of an old school guy. He's got a sixth sense in terms of what he expects from his players, but he's flexible as well.
And that about does it with tip-off fast approaching. Let's send it to Kevin Harlan.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Brooklyn, the home of the Nets, and a fine Eastern Conference affair here at Barclays Center. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some terrific NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge out on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, the fallout from the Nets trade with the Celtics in 2013, of course, is still being felt all around the league, and GMs are very reluctant now to surrender first-round picks unless they receive major league talent in return. Nobody out there wants to be embarrassed, Kevin, on or off the floor.
Yeah, some lean years in Brooklyn, partially as a result of that transaction. David, as always, thank you. And one thing that the Pacers struggled with last season and will have to answer this season, Clark, is finding a big man pair that works.
Well, you know what? You look at Sabonis and Turner, and they both have outstanding futures ahead of them and didn't play as well together as you would like, but I think there's still time to see if that can be worked out.
Boys, nice and high.
And so off the tip, it's Brooklyn. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the court for Indiana, Collison and Oladipo are the guard set. Down low, it's Young and Turner. And it's Bogdanovich in at the small forward position. Russell against Collison. And it's Russell missing. And so it's Turner with it. He brings it up for the Pacers. Outside Collison. Clock at 6. And Allen with the block. Russell looking around. Hollis Jefferson.
You never pass for the sake of passing. You wait until the defense commits. Russell does that, finds the open man nicely.
Collison with it. He's picked up by Russell. Inside, and Turner throws it down.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
Brooklyn with the ball, following the score by Indiana. Trains the three-pointer.
Confidence in the three ball is something that has grown for Carroll. But where he has the green light to take these shots has helped. And, you know, last year for DeMarre Carroll, it was a career year. I mean, highs and points. And he finally got back to playing the kind of ball that he felt he could. Nobody thought much of him heading into last season, but he ended up playing a major role.
Now Carroll following the three-point attempt by Miles Turner.
And you could see he knew exactly where that long rebound was coming off, able to get there quickly and snatch it up.
And you let Bogdanovich just catch and shoot like that, he'll make more than he misses of those.
And last season, Clark, for Carroll, he was essentially given away as a salary dump, but it worked out.
Yeah, you know, you think about it, after playing for 7 teams in his first 9 seasons, you wondered how he would make the best of the situation. Well, it certainly helped that he got to reunite with a familiar face in Coach Atkinson, who had been with him in Atlanta.
Now here's Collison. From deep. Kept alive. Oladipo taking his time here. The teardrop falls in.
Boy, the floater is one of the most beautiful shots in the game, and when used correctly, Victor Oladipo showing you he's got that shot down pat.
Russell, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Boy, it's a thing of beauty watching him attack the defense like that. I mean, they wanted no part of him on that layup.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
And as for last season, he was a 74% shooter at the line.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Ed Davis is checked in for Allen. Kenneth Faried comes in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Levert's checked in for Damari Carroll. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Crabbe. Free throw good, Russell. And one thing, Clark, about the Nets, they've shown in the last couple years that they are willing to take a risk on players.
And in many cases, it's worked out for them, Kevin. They traded for D'Angelo Russell when his value was rather low. So taking a risk on players who hadn't worked out for other teams has paid dividends. And I'd throw Damari Carroll in that category as well for them.
Now here's McDermott. Yes, that goes in.
Terrific at scoring the ball. McDermott knows he's out there to shoot and score.
Russell against Joseph. Russell high post. Here's Levert. Tie game in Brooklyn. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. Coming to the Brooklyn Nets in 2017, Alan Crabbe saw the opportunity.
Being a Net for me, man, is just great. You know, it's good for my future. It's good for my career. I think they did whatever they had to do in order to get me. So why wouldn't you want to play for an organization like that, man?
Clearly this team values Crabbe, and Greg, what he gives them.
And no question, Crabbe is a floor spacer who also defends at a high level, a versatile player.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
You know, I think they're going to be happy with how they've played here early on.
I agree with you. I mean, they hit the ground running, had a strong start to the game that they're hoping they can manage the rest of the way.
And so in the game for the Pacers, Joseph at point, and he teams up with Evans in the backcourt. Doug McDermott is out there with Sabonis, and it's O'Quinn in at the center. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, the Pacers have been a huge surprise since they traded away Paul George. Now, Coach Nate McMillan said, for us, it's about developing that culture and that identity, and we're still doing that. I think we're only starting to scratch the surface. Kevin?
No doubt, David. They've got some promising young players on that team. Thank you. That one is off. In NBA history, only a handful of rookies have averaged 20 points and 10 rebounds. And Clark, you were one of them.
Yeah, it's a point of pride for me. Obviously wasn't able to be part of a playoff team in the short time I played, but did distinguish myself individually for the short time I played. And that's fairly select company when you talk 2010 guys as rookies. And it's a pretty impressive list to be on. Actually, one of my peers, Terry Cummings, is also part of that first-year 2010 group.
You talk about names: Wilt Chamberlain, Lou Alcindor, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Hakeem, Tim Duncan, Bird, Shaq. I mean, what great names.
Yeah, some phenomenal names, no doubt about it. Glad to be on that roll call list.
The Pacers shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. First free throw is good. And Clark, you played your entire career with the Pacers. What was your favorite memory during that time?
Well, certainly realizing the dream of being an NBA player, Kevin. I was the 8th pick overall. It was close to where I played in college at Ohio State. And then being able to perform at a high level to be a unanimous all-rookie team selection, that was a pretty good highlight for me starting my career.
Dinwiddie kicks to Fareed. Here's LeVert, covered by Evans. Passes it to Dinwiddie. Ring shot on the way. Count it.
Oh, man, he is so shrewd in screen and rolls. Dinwiddie is good at sizing up and analyzing the situation and then making the right decision at the right time.
Now here is Holiday. Pass to McDermott. And it's Evans in the corner. Fires from deep. That one doesn't go. The Nets go the other way with it. We've got 1:55 left in the first half. Out to Harris. Back to Davis. Here's LeVert. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there. Inside. Kicks it out to Evans. Right side Holiday. Back to Evans. Off target from three-point range. Brooklyn trailing. And Nate McMillan, a coach with multiple stops in his career, had good success last season with the Pacers.
And, you know, to some that was a surprise, but McMillan does a lot of things well as a coach. He communicates well. He demands accountability. And his teams typically play a smart brand of basketball. And actually, it's a reflection of how Nate was as a player.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Allen's checked in for Davis. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Kenneth Fareed. And Damari Carroll subbed in for LeVert. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Turner's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Young comes in for Sabonis. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Doug McDermott. And it's Oladipo in for Tyreek Evans. Here's Dinwiddie. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Harris up top, defended by Young. Here's Dinwiddie.
You don't have to be in a hurry. They can hold for the last one.
That's exactly what they should do. I mean, you don't want to give the opponent another possession here. Make sure you get the last one.
Oladipo with the ball. Back to Holiday. To end the cold streak. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Pacers lead by 2. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports, the halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Boy, we have a lot to discuss. For the Pacers, the first quarter was pretty even. They never trailed by more than 3 points, and it was neck and neck the entire period. They had a slight edge on the scoreboard in the second quarter, but only by the slimmest of margins. And Kenny, what'd you think about what we saw from Indiana?
Well, just a great offensive performance tonight. The play calling, the passing, the shooting, it was all working. They forced the defense to stretch itself thin, trying to figure out who to cover. And that created a lot of room for the shooters and spot-up jumpers.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Nets.
Reminds me of me at the free throw line. They had a rough half of shooting, under 35%. Some of that was great defense, but a lot of it was poor shot selection. They've got to revise the game plan, get guys open for higher quality looks. And the shooters need to go out and execute. Man, come on.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. Indiana leading. Crabbe teams with Carroll on the perimeter. Hollis, Jefferson, and Allen together down low. And it's Russell in at the point. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Turner finds Oladipo. 6 to shoot. Over Crabbe. Oladipo misses.
Cannot give him that much room for mid-range. They got to feel lucky he didn't knock that one down.
And you can feel that Oladipo was on the verge of a breakthrough, and boy, did he ever. Everything came together for him, and he is now not only an elite scorer, but an all-star. Can attack from any distance and has a variety of ways to hurt the defense.
Now, here's Oladipo after D'Angelo Russell's miss. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And for Oladipo, Greg, there wasn't just one moment that gave him that push.
I mean, his development was less of having a eureka moment and more of everything just coming together. Has always had the strong athleticism, has refined his shot to make the most of it. And while it took him some time, he's now the player everyone hoped he'd be when he was the second overall pick.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Young.
And, you know, as good as Young can be in the open court, doesn't quite carry over to his free throw shooting.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. Certain guys just make it look effortless. And Clark, I'm sure you would have a nice list of some of the smoother operators, smoothest scorers in the league now.
Yeah, there's only one guy at the top of it for me. I mean, I love a lot of guys, and there are a number of guys that put up big numbers. But when you talk about uniqueness, size, agility, touch, range, KD is where it stops.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just been nobody quite like him. George Gervin comes to mind because of a similar build, but the Iceman was 6'7", maybe 6'8". KD is pushing 7 feet tall and just a tad more athletic. I mean, I just don't know if we've got a more lethal, smoother scorer than him.
Free throw good, Russell.
And for D'Angelo Russell, the former number 2 pick, it's all about developing himself as a player and a leader. Has focused more on the team and less on himself of late, and knows what is expected of him and has to earn every second of floor time.
And last season, Russell had to fight for minutes upon returning from injury.
Yeah, and battles like that help mature a player and really keep them focused. Those are areas where Russell had struggled in the past. I think he and his coach both know it's not easy, but it has already started in making Russell the best player he can be. That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
Pass to LeVert. Can't tie it up as that one misses. And here's Collison, who will bring it up for the Pacers. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. Rebounded by Fareed. 1:39 left in the third. Now here's Crabbe. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Back to Russell for the lead. Sinks the triple. And the Nets lead by 1.
The confidence from range, I mean, that's what scouts still insist will make Russell a top-level player.
Evans inside. And Davis sends it back. Collison against Russell. Down low. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
And Indiana making a change here. McDermott's checked in. Now here's Joseph. The pass to Sabonis. Poked away. Stolen by Fareed. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Here's LeVert. And it's slammed in by Fareed.
Kenneth Fareed, always aggressive in attacking the glass. You got to put a body on him or he'll make you pay with offensive rebound.
Back to Collison. Shot clock at 5. Indiana again missing. There's Crabb with a 3, and the last shot before the buzzer is off.
And you know the quickness of Collison. Very dependable at staying with his man and getting a hand up.
3 quarters of play in a close game here. It's the Nets. They're up by 3. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the 4th quarter. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. On the court right now for the Pacers. Filling out the wings, it's Oladipo and Bogdanovich. Young is out there with Doug McDermott, and it's Holiday in at the 1 spot. Now here's Allen, and the call will be against Thaddeus Young. That is his first foul of the game. Carroll against Bogdanovich. Carroll kicks to Dinwiddie. Just 4 to shoot. Over Collison. Dinwiddie's shot is off. Pacers trail by 3. Outside Collison. It's deflected. Right side Russell. And that one goes long.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Here's Young. Allen with the rebound. Nets leading by 3. To the inside, Carroll. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Carroll's got the 4th quarter started here with a bucket for the Nets. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
The drive by Collison. Sweet little floater.
Timeout. And Collison's quickness enabling him to slice to the rim there.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. Miles Turner, he's checked in for the Pacers. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Kenny Atkinson had some words for his team during the break. He was very adamant in the huddle. He said, don't let up now. Stay aggressive and do the things that have gotten us this far. We're almost there, guys.
That's experienced awareness, we call it. When Carroll's working the screen and roll, he knows how to break them down with the pass.
Now, here's Oladipo. Now the dish to Collison. At the elbow, it's Turner. Good, and the assist goes to Collison. Collison's got 3 assists in the game.
Evolving as a leader right before our eyes. It's important that Turner continue to prove he can score in big moments. Well, at best, the defense was average. I mean, he must make sure to finish these layups. Got to make those.
Oladipo misses. And it's Carroll with the ball for Brooklyn. It's a 3-point game. Russell kicks to Carroll. Takes a three. It's rebounded by Indiana. Now Oladipo. Young passes it to Bogdanovich. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession.
That could be costly. When the game is hanging in the balance, the last thing you can afford is to turn it over.
Abs check in for Spencer Dinwiddie. For Brooklyn, they've gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Russell kicks to Crabbe. Over Collison. Yes!
How big is that, Allen Crabbe, coming through in the big moment?
And the Pacers call time here. They're behind by 5. 44 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, D'Angelo Russell.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
44 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Oladipo, left side. Rebounded by the Nets. And so they foul intentionally. And so they foul intentionally. And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second.
You know, a decent free throw shooter at this point in his career. D'Angelo has the natural stroke, I think, to become one of the league's best. Shoots it very fluidly and easily.
And the Pacers call time here. They trail by 6. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. .29 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Down low, here's Young. Good! And now they trail by just 4.
Thaddeus Young earning his money there. The game getting tight and close. Big moment. He makes a big play.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Sure. It's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game.
No mistakes there. Good free throws to give them just a little bit more cushion.
And Oladipo kicks to Turner. Excellent D there from Allen.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Mm-hmm. Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's an 8-point game. O'Quinn finds Evans to the left wing, and here's Joseph for 3. The shot will not fall. So it's the Nets picking up the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away. It's interconference time for these Nuggets as they come in as the visiting team. Great to have you with us, everybody, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along courtside with Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge on our sideline. And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Guys, Joel Embiid is listed at 7 feet, but at player introductions, they say 7'2" center, Joel Embiid. Now, Brett Brown says when you stand next to him, you understand the difference between 7 feet and 7'2". He's a big man, Kevin.
He is tremendous size and skill to match, GA. Thanks. And featuring 2 of the best bigs in the league, Brent, how impactful is the center position now compared to the way it used to be?
Well, one of the things that I think people are still dealing with is just how divergently different the center position has become in the game. And to think that these guys, in what they're asked to do, has just as much importance of the Patrick Ewings, the Akeem Olajuwons, the low post, big-time scorers back to the basket. The modern-day center, Kevin, isn't doing that. It's a roll to the basket, rim protection game, and there are some elite ones doing it now.
Wired a little bit differently than guys of the past.
They have to be. On top of that, some of the teams are even asking those players, obviously, to step out and shoot the three-point shot. So modern-day game, modern-day play.
Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Murray and Harris, the guards. Inside, it's the talented pair of Millsap and Jokic. And it's Barton in at the 3 slot. Now, here's Redick. Simmons on the wing. He's covered by Murray. Simmons finds Redick. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Redick's got his first bucket in this one.
Just an amazing feel for the game. Simmons is so gifted at reading the floor.
In the corner, it's Harris. Out to the right wing. Jokic passes to Murray. Shot clock at 5. Barton, wide open, he fires. Cans the shot with nobody near him.
Well, that's a smooth and silky J there from Will Barton. Really adding a lot to his game to be effective from the perimeter.
This is an unselfish group here in Denver. This team, Brent, can really pass the ball.
5th overall last year in assists, 2nd overall the year before that. And you got to give credit to Mike Malone and his coaching staff because what they've done is they played Jokic at that point center position, distributing the ball from the top and have guys who cut off the ball. So interesting mix of talent using their center as the passer.
That free throw, no good.
And the athleticism that Simmons has is downright unreal. Just a remarkable talent who has the potential to be one of the all-time greats.
And he's good on the second. And Ben Simmons, who missed the first season in the NBA with an injury, Boy, Greg, was he worth the wait.
And you knew he'd be a special kind of player after being taken first overall. But he is so unique in how great of a player he is. His ability to command attention on offense without having a great outside shot really is something you just don't see in today's NBA.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And what patience from Simmons on offense. So skilled at making the D feel nervous when he has to rock.
This is his second trip to the line in this one.
Shoot 2.
That free throw missing. He hits the second from the line. The Nuggets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Harris against Redick. Pass to Murray. Four on the clock. There's the triple. That one, no good. So Philadelphia will take it the other way. Simmons with it. Now guarded by Murray. Covington against Murray. Fades back. Covington with the bucket.
Wow, credit there. Somehow finds a way to knock that one in.
The Nuggets trail by 4. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Good.
Murray, not much fear there as he gets amongst the trees, looking in control down low.
That one good for 2. Embiid's got his first 2 points.
And where's the help? Obviously, a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Well, you have to be able to trust each other on the defensive end of the floor. Otherwise, the whole thing is just going to crumble.
Ben Simmons gets the bucket.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Murray kicks to Jokic. And he banks in the layup.
Yeah, that's not a chance that Jokic is going to mess up. He's too good around the rim.
The 76ers leading by 4. To the inside. And Embiid, the bucket on the assist by Simmons. Embiid's got his second basket of the game.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Murray kicks to Millsap. With some arc, it doesn't go for him. Up in time. That shot off. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. And don't go away. We'll be right back. A native of Cameroon, Joel Embiid talks about making a quick transition to the United States.
Not knowing English, obviously at the beginning it was a little bit hard to express myself. Obviously I can speak English perfectly now, so that's a plus, and I'm just being myself.
And that unique sense of humor, Greg, is a specialty of Embiid's.
He's a fun-loving guy who's become a must-follow on social media. And the transition he's made has been remarkable.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, what's your take on the 76ers so far?
So far, they've been active, scoring the basketball, built up a little lead here, and looking good.
Well, when you come out in the first quarter with that kind of offense, obviously the game plan is in full effect. Let's see if they can keep that momentum going.
On the floor for Denver as we get going here in the second quarter. They've got Porter. Wiles out there with Plumlee. Then there's Murray. And it's Thomas in at the 1. That one doesn't drop.
I like the defensive effort. They did a good job altering the mid-range shot and then making the shooter feel a bit uneasy.
Simmons dishes to Chandler. Simmons passes to McConnell. A floater. Johnson kicks to McConnell. Porter with a block.
And, you know, as he learns the game at this level, he's going to block more shots. Porter has the length and the ability to move his feet.
Brent, the league playing at a faster pace overall now. Will there ever come a time when every team will play with that same speed?
No, because one team will always be faster than the next. So it's never going to be exacting for every ball club. And as you and I have talked several times, Kevin, you got to play to your strengths. And even though teams are finding more positionless basketball players, some of these guys have attributes to their game where you want to get them in certain positions. That takes time.
It's all about personnel.
It's all about your personnel. And again, putting those guys in the proper place where they can succeed more often.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And for Isaiah Thomas going into free agency, what he thought might be a big payday opportunity was, Greg, anything but that.
A few years ago, he was talking about backing up the Brinks truck. Had to take a deal to prove he can still play. Has had a tumultuous past few years, but this deal could work out for the team if he can get back to form.
And the first one at the line is good. The 76ers making a switch here. Covington's checked in, and Denver also making a switch. Martin's checked in for Murray. Both free throws good from Isaiah Thomas.
And it's been a tough past season and a half for Isaiah Thomas. Traded from Boston to Cleveland and then once again traded to the Lakers. Rare to see a guy get traded twice in a season following an MVP caliber performance like he had back in 2017.
Now here's Chandler. No points in the game yet for him.
Showing good shot blocking skills at times. Plumlee gets all of that one.
Shots good by Wiles. And that ties it up.
Well, passing is something he does very well, especially when it comes to leading his man to the right spot.
And it takes a certain team for Thomas to fit in with well. Wasn't the case, though, with the Cavs.
Yeah, Thomas is a point guard, not a pass guard. He's a guy that's going to look to score more than anything else. And it didn't quite work with the Cavs, but you put him in an up-tempo offense, that young man can flourish. Still young enough and is with a team more suited, I think, for his skills now. I bet he has a big bounce-back year.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Paul Millsap is an all-star forward whose dedication to the game is reflected in his year-to-year improvement. He said, the drive to the gym is where I find my peace, getting my mind prepared. I come with the mindset of getting better. It's gotten me this far. Kevin?
He is a true professional. David, thank you. Over in the corner, Fultz. No good with the triple. Barton right side. The 3 from Thomas. And he's good on the 3 ball. Thomas got 5.
Well, Barton had a good feel about what was happening defensively, and his teammate was wide open.
And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. 76ers lead by 1. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, what is your impression of the first half?
That we played. And I thought we found a really good balance of posting and pace. It's what we've been talking about. And I thought our defense, for the most part, was excellent.
A good start. We'll see how they finish. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, it's good to have you back. You're watching the 2K Sports Halftime Show. This right here is Kenny the Jet Smith. This right here is Shaquille O'Neal. Me, I'm just Ernie. Philadelphia finds themselves ahead after 2 quarters. They lead by 1 point. Kenny, some perspective, please.
Well, I think they're feeling the energy of this hometown crowd. Sometimes you get a little complacent and comfortable in your surroundings, but no, they fed off adrenaline in the first half.
And you, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Nuggets.
Scoring in the paint, that's an area where they can improve. With the defense sagging in, they settle for a lot of jump shots in the first half. Coming out of the break, I think it'll be better running off pick and rolls, hitting cutters, moving toward the hoop, that old Boston Celtics style basketball.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
The skyline of Philadelphia looking especially majestic tonight as we welcome you back to action. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. We've seen Simmons really having a great game.
And you know he's going to come out aggressive, and you do what you can to slow him down, and thus far it hadn't worked because he's been amazing.
Even though we expect this kind of stuff from him night after night, it doesn't make it any less extraordinary to watch it in person.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Simmons runs the show with Redick at the 2, Covington at the 3, and Saric at the 4. And it's Embiid in at the 5 down low. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Now here is Harris. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Barton, no luck. And here's Saric. He'll bring it up for the 76ers. It's a 1-point game.
You know, and Dario Saric has shown some big steps in terms of improvement since coming in the league. It hadn't gotten enough recognition for it as the team overall has improved right along with him, but his shooting and rebounding have both dramatically increased.
Here's Murray after Ben Simmons' bucket. Murray outside. And here's Harris from the arc. Rebound by the 76ers. And with Saric and his improved jump shot, he's been more aggressive on offense.
Yeah, and with that aggression, Saric has taken on a larger role in terms of creating offense. Showed he can be a playmaker out of the pick and roll. Great passing instincts and can be deployed as a point forward if you need him to be.
Now here's Murray after Ben Simmons' miss. Murray, the pass to Harris. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Harris has got it all tied up now for Denver.
Well, the confidence that Gary Harris is playing with right now, he is ready to shoot once that ball touches his mitts.
Here's Simmons. Simmons missing again.
You get a feeling that he made that much more difficult than he had to. No reason why he had to fade away on that jumper.
Millsap left side. For the lead. No good that time. Some solid defense from Saric. Covington wide open. He fires. That one wide left. Nuggets have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. Knocked away. Jokic finds Millsap. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Millsap's got his second basket.
Hey, look over the defense. You find an opportunity inside the lane. That's good work by Paul Millsap.
Jokic against Embiid. Here's Saric, and he's on the money with his first shot today. Saric has got his first points of the game. Denver's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Murray kicks to Harris. And here is Murray. Pass to Jokic. Fades. And it's rebounded by Covington. For Philadelphia, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off.
Shot's
That's
good.
2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
Shot's good.
Now he's torching the D right now, hitting a high percentage of all the shots he's let fly.
For Philadelphia, they have made 2 and missed 2 at the line tonight.
And they were 75% from the line a season ago.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Wilson Chandler's checked in for Robert Covington. Fultz comes in for J.J. Redick. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Sharich. The Nuggets also changing it up. Porter's checked in for Will Barton. And Thomas subbed in for Murray. And the free throw, no good.
And Nikola Jokic came late to the game. He actually grew up horse racing. Finally started playing organized hoops at the age of 16. You never know it, though, one of the most skilled big men the league has to offer.
And here is Simmons after Gary Harris made that last three-pointer. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And Simmons kicks to Embiid over Jokic. That's short off the rim. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Nuggets ahead, leading by just one. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Moments ago from the huddle, let's listen to Coach Brett Brown.
Let's be great on simplicity. On misses, you're running. On makes, A to B and play. If it's slow, we'll call something. Get that thing.
Greg, I love that. Some awesome advice from Coach Brown.
I mean, he is really trusting his players right now, wanting them to be assertive from this point on.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the fourth quarter. So on the floor for Denver, the guards are Thomas and Harris. Paul Millsap out there with Trey Lyles. And it's Porter in at the small forward. The 76ers leading, and there's the pass to Simmons. Makes the bucket, now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
And what skill from Simmons. A total genius at reading the defense and exploiting them in the paint.
Now here's Thomas. Harris looking it over. And Ben Simmons picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And it's the Nuggets with the ball. They trail by 3. Here's Thomas. From 16 feet away, he cans it.
Now is not the time to be giving him that kind of shot.
Well, there never really is, but you're right, especially coming down the stretch of a tight game. He's a guy you got to pay much closer attention to defensively.
Now here's Fultz. That one doesn't drop. Nice D from Porter. Outside Thomas. Here's the 3. Millsap. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. And the Nuggets lead by 1. Simmons inside. Millsap covering. And that one's good. Simmons.
Yeah, the quickness, the size, and the speed of Simmons really breathtaking, especially when he's dribbling the rock.
Now here is Harris. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nuggets will retain possession. Some changes for Philadelphia. Sharich is checked in for Fultz. Robert Covington comes in for Wilson Chandler. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for T.J. McConnell. Jokic is checked in for Denver. Will Barton comes in for Porter. Pass to Harris. 6 to shoot. Passes it to Jokic. The Nuggets with another miss.
Well, the defense better look up and say thanks. Leaving guys that wide open is not a recipe for success.
And that one's good. Simmons.
Love how Simmons commands the ball, especially in the big moments.
Denver calls timeout. They're trailing by 3. 1:29 left to play here in the fourth. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Ben Simmons.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything's been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hands.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, well, Mike Malone talked to his team during that last timeout. This game is obviously close, could go either way, and he wanted to make sure that his guys were all on the same page and were all staying with the game plan in order to close this one out. Kevin?
Now here is Harris. Shoots over Redick, and it comes off the front of the rim.
And usually that mid-range jumper finds the bottom of the net. Defense has to be more aggressive moving forward.
Thomas surveying the D. The Nuggets with another miss. And so here is Philadelphia. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. 76ers moving the ball around. It's good.
And Simmons, just such a gifted player, someone who is mentally strong in these situations.
Here's Thomas, and the rejection by Embiid. And an intentional foul right there. A bucket here would give them a bit more room.
True, but no need to rush it. Play smart.
First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. Here's Thomas. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good, and that brings them within 5. And both free throws good for Thomas. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5.
Well, the former Dookie, J.J. Redick, has carved out an incredible role as one of the league's most deadly shooters.
So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Was sure on those free throws, extending that lead and making it comfortable.
Denver calls timeout. They're trailing by 6. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And they still got a little time to play with, so a 3 and a quick foul could make things interesting.
Definitely. Everything has to happen perfectly just to give them a chance.
$16 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Martin from outside, and Philadelphia grabs the miss.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
Yeah, I think coaches right here are always talking about the extra pass, and a contested 3 is not your objective. One more, maybe.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's an 8-point game. 9 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Harris passes to Jokic. Now Harris. Murray for 3. Offline. So the 76ers win it. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and play with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. And we'll see you next time. Hi, and welcome everyone here on 2K Sports. Can't wait to get some NBA action going. Alongside Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan, the fourth member of our crew. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. We've got the Detroit Pistons and the Chicago Bulls. So Detroit will get the first possession. And now the opening lineup for Detroit. Hill out there with Wallace. Then it's Joe Dumars. Then there's Thomas. And it's Lanier in at the center, locking down the middle.
That's his mindset. Attack, attack, attack whenever possible.
And Rose, wide open. He shoots. The three-pointer, no good. Dumars against Jordan. Pass to Wallace. Back to Thomas. Pippen against Hill. Over Pippen. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
And because of his ability to attack the rim, Hill can use that mid-range jumper as a great second option. Keeps defenders honest when he's knocking that down.
Now here's Rose. Back to Pippen. 6 on the shot clock. Off target from outside. Pass to Thomas. Over Rose. Thomas's shot is off. Jordan against Dumars. Over in the corner, Rose. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Rose has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Hill passes to Lanier. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Back to Thomas. Over Rose. Thomas, that's good. Thomas got his first bucket in this one.
Working the in-between area, the kind of look that can get you into a rhythm early.
Yeah, I think he was surprised. He was so open. I mean, that's just a defensive breakdown.
Now here's Jordan over Thomas. Jordan with the bucket.
And when we think about the excitement that Jordan brings to the game, but what about the offensive fundamentals? The man is a perfectionist.
Here's Lanier. Up top, Dumars. Hits the three-point bomb. Dumars got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Bulls trail by 4. Rose passes to Gilmore. He kicks it to Pippen. And here is Jordan. He's guarded by Hill. Baseline J on the way. Another one falls for Chicago.
And what you like there, Jordan never looks like he's rushing. Makes quick, solid decisions.
Now the pass to Lanier. From the stripe. And no good. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. Rose against Thomas. It's Pippen on the wing. Left side, Jordan. Takes the 13-footer. Detroit with the rebound.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
12 seconds left in the first quarter. Thomas with the ball. Over Rose. The 19-footer is on the money.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting called, and for good reason.
Well, yeah, he's a guy who can carry you for stretches, long stretches in this game. You want to get him involved early and often.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Pistons ahead. up 4. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. Guys, what do you think so far from what we've seen from the Pistons?
Listen, early on taking the league, I just like their approach offensively.
Yeah, right. Only the first quarter. Don't over-panic, but it seems like their strategy is working. We'll see if the other side can counter.
And it's the Bulls with the ball. Trailing by 4. Here are the 5 Detroit has to start the second quarter. Bill Laimbeer out there with Andre Drummond. Then there's Chauncey Billups. Then it's Jerry Stackhouse. And it's Rodman in at the 3 slot. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Now that was a sensational feed. He hit him right on the move.
Armstrong kicks to Butler. Passes it to Love. Elbow shot. That one misses. And Detroit the other way now. Right side Billups. Pass to Rodman. Now here is Laimbeer. Shot clock at 5. Billups attacking. It's good.
Fruitful possession. Just doing what they can to extend the lead.
And that's what you have to do. Stay in the moment. Keep grinding.
Now here's Butler. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And the Bulls with another miss. Pistons leading by 8. Rodman dishes to Billups. And it's Drummond with the jam.
Oh, yeah, Kevin. Drummond, he's such a quick leaper. He's a force around the rim.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
And when you take a look at that shot chart, the amount of misses lately, really unbelievable.
Man, this is a joke, right? I mean, there's been some glimpses of hope, but they've been few and far between.
DeBusschere, he's checked in for Rodman. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Here's Butler. Second chance shot. Got a piece of it. Inside, Laimbeer. It's hauled in by Luol Deng. And so it's Deng bringing it up for the Chicago Bulls. Still looking for their first basket since the first quarter. Here's Armstrong off the left rim and out. Pistons leading by 10. Lobbed up there for Drummond. Up top, Armstrong. He's guarded by Billups. Grant, that's good.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
The Pistons working the ball around now. Billups passes to Drummond. Tries again. Noah with the block. Butler on the wing. Covered by Stackhouse. Left side Butler. Grant outside. Pass to Armstrong. Just 5 to shoot. Noah, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Noah's got his first points in this one.
He makes so many hustle plays, and here he's working the offensive glass for the tip-in.
Billups passes to Drummond, and it's Drummond with the jam.
And just an outstanding recognition by Drummond, rolling like a boulder to the rim and getting the ball in the perfect spot.
Now, here's Grant. Butler on the wing. There's the 3. Rebounded by the Pistons.
Don't have to be in a hurry. They can hold for the last one.
No question. It's not easy to be patient, but you really don't want to give up an extra possession.
Here's DeBusschere. Count that one. And now it's a 10-point Detroit lead.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring. And this one couldn't have been any easier.
I mean, I don't know whether to say it's amazing or it's sad, but you're down double digits and you still allow an uncontested layup. Where is the pride? Where is your heart?
And so it's Detroit with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. Their defense has been active and effective. Back right after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hi again, everyone. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Diesel and the Jet. Welcome to the Halftime Show on 2K Sports. It was a closely contested first quarter for Detroit. They did jump out to a lead in the opening period, but 4 points was the biggest it got. Their play in the second quarter was inspired as they turned what had been a tight contest into a 10-point ball game by the time we reached halftime. Taking a look at the Pistons, Shaq, what did you think?
You know what, Ernie, I got to stand up on this one. I salute to their bench. Man, once the starters came out, man, the others just came to life. You got to love seeing that kind of contribution come from the others. Man, they look beautiful tonight.
And now, Kenny, let's get your opinion on the Bulls.
They need to break it down. And I look at the individual areas that they're struggling, like they're getting pounded. I mean pounded, Ernie, on the boards. That's a hustle stat.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks
Goodbye,
for
folks.
joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
Welcome back to the hustle and bustle of Chicago, a time-lapse view of all the traffic heading toward downtown. We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Bulls trail by 10. Rodman is out there with Pippen. Then it's Jordan. Then it's Rose. And it's Gilmore in at the 5. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Now here's Rose. 6 to shoot. Back to Jordan. No good on the triple.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Oh, look at the soft touch on the teardrop.
Hit. Shooting one.
Detroit shooting their first foul shot of the game.
One shot. One shot.
Now the Bulls with it. It's a 13-point game. And then Rodman with the dunk.
And that's the role they want for Rose, getting guys going through his passing, especially when he can find them in rhythm.
Thomas's shot is off. And Chicago has possession. Poked away. Kicks to Hill. Shoots over Pippen. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
Yeah, that's just poor decision-making. He's got to be better in those situations.
I'd love to hear his explanation of Coach right there. I mean, that should be an interesting conversation.
Now, here is Dumars. He sinks the 11-footer. Dumars got the lead up to 13 now for the Pistons.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Chicago calls timeout.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Well, you have to review your matchups, make sure you're maximizing the potential of each one.
And the Bulls making a change here. Sloan's checked in. Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Here's Pippen. They get it back. Lays it up off the glass. Pippen's got his first points in this one.
Yeah, and Pippen using those long arms inside to get shots off. Feels like no one can guard him down low.
Thomas feeling it out a bit. Oh, and here comes Rose all alone and finished off by Rose.
And Derrick Rose so quick out of the gates. When he sees open floor ahead, He's at full sprint in the blink of an eye.
Now, here is Dumars. 8 points for him. Rodman against Thomas. Shot clock at 6. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Thomas got 6 points.
And that's the baby-faced assassin. Thomas, he'll smile at you, and then he'll cut your legs out from under you.
To the paint. That one's in there. The Detroit lead is cut back down again to single digits with those points from Rodman.
Okay, nice job here in the second half. Field goal percentage is way up from what it was at halftime when it was just barely above 30%.
Now, here is Hill. Shoots over Pippen. Hill, no good.
And 2 for 1. That's what they'd like to get right now.
Yeah, this could come down to the correct play call. Let's see what they do right here.
Outside, Rodman. Rose against Thomas. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. Tony Kukoc, he's checked in for Chicago. Detroit making a switch here. There's 31 seconds left here in the third quarter. Outside Dumars. 17 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Hamilton kicks to Dumars. 5 to shoot. Puts it up from 12. The shot, no good. Stolen.
Yeah, and Gilmore's presence alone is enough to have an impact at the defensive end. Just knowing he's in the neighborhood bothers opposing shooters.
And so it's the Detroit Pistons in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
No, that's quick decision making. You see a guy open, you can't hesitate. That's an outstanding play right there.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Pistons leading by 9, and on the floor for Detroit here in the fourth. They've got Dennis Rodman, also DeBusschere out there, and it's Bing in at the point. And it's blocked by Jordan.
And one of the league's most effective shot blockers from that guard position. Jordan can do it in help defense or on the ball.
Now here's Jordan. The pass to Gilmore. Here's Kukoc. And too long on the shot.
A big mistake by the D, and they got away with it.
Here's Bing. Over Rose. Bing can't hit. Bulls trail by 9. Passes to Rose. Back to Kukoc. Just 5 on the clock. Bing with the rebound. Pistons leading by 9. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Wallace is checked in for Detroit. Phillips comes in for DeBusschere. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. And here's Rose. Right side, Jordan. No good there off the double clutch.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
Well, that just shows you can do everything right sometimes, but still get the wrong result.
Now here's Billups. Clock at 6. In the corner, Wallace with it. Back to Billups. Takes a 3. That shot, no good. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. To the middle. Here's Rose. Billups gets the rebound. Pistons leading by 9. Beyond the arc. Nailed from three-point land. Phillips has got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Pistons. Chicago calls timeout. They trail by 12. 1:41 left in the fourth quarter. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Joe Dumars.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
Well, to come in here facing a hostile crowd and have a game like he's had, that's what separates the good players from the great players. Detroit making a switch here. Thomas is checked in.
One shot.
And Derrick Rose, the former #1 overall pick in 2008, one of the most athletically gifted point guards the league has ever seen.
Now, here's Thomas. Outside Hill. Dumars the pass to Lanier. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Detroit leading by 9. Hill with it. He's picked up by Pippen. Jordan against Thomas. Over Jordan. Thomas's shot is off. And so it's Rose who brings the ball up for Chicago. They've played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points.
And when he squares up, his height makes him a tough assignment.
Yeah, well, even when you get a hand up, it's hard to really affect his shot.
Lanier, no good.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Yeah, he has that capacity. He knows exactly where to position himself to protect the rim.
And Derrick Rose, accustomed to carrying a team offensively, taking and making big shots down the stretch. Nothing new to him.
Here's Thomas. And so they choose to intentionally foul. First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6.
And without a doubt, one of the greatest small men we've ever seen. Zeke possesses the skill and determination to just take over a game at any point.
And a tough break as his second attempt at the line, no good. And a wide open look for Jordan. It falls! And now they trail by just 4.
And I think hitting that championship-winning shot his freshman year of college, Jordan has brought that clutch gene with him to the pros.
So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Perfectly done at the stripe there. That brings their lead up to an even more comfortable level.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 6. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
And they still got a little time to play with, so a 3 and a quick foul could make things interesting.
And they can't waste any time. They got to get a 3 right off the inbound.
There's 18 seconds left in the fourth. Rose in the post. Thomas is on him. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
And a guy who's averaged as many as 7 free throws a game in his career, Rose knows how to get to the line.
Shots. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that brings them within 5. Rose hits them both. Nine seconds left to play in the final quarter. And they foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Two.
Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
He's stepping to the line knowing he has a chance to seal the deal, and he does it.
From deep 3-point range, no good. And so the Pistons take the win. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother him. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long, everyone.
Obsessed with sounds on the track.